Hi guys, welcome to my balcony and my herb garden. Today I thought I would make a little video about herbs that you can use for beauty and health and about how I look after my garden. So I used to be the most terrible gardener. I've never had a green thumb. I used to kill everything, even cactuses actually. And recently we moved in here and I saw this beautiful space, and I also had a week up at Gwingana Health Retreat in the Gold Coast, and I was really inspired to start growing my own veggies and herbs from that trip. So I came back, and one of the main things I think that's helped is having the proximity of the garden to my kitchen. So it's literally 2 or 3 meters away. So I think it's really great to grow herbs and veggies at home, especially if you can see them from your living area or your kitchen, because if you can see them, you'll be that much more inspired to take care of it. You'll see if it needs water. You'll be constantly taking trimmings when you're cooking. So that is probably my number 1 tip. Number 2 is definitely soil health, and this is something I didn't realize was that important when I used to kill all the plants that I've killed. We started with this. We started with a ratio of 1/3 mushroom compost, 1/3 blood and bone, and 1/3 potting mix, organic potting mix. So if you really make sure you plant in that kind of ratio, I think that really helps. It really creates a beautiful environment for the veggies and herbs to thrive on. The other thing is obviously sun. That's the number 1. Sun and water, obviously, are number 1 things for growing anything. This has got full sun through the day. There are some herbs, like mint doesn't like full sun, but most herbs are very hardy and want a lot of sun. And then of course watering them. I mean, it's not rocket science, but you do, again, that's where the proximity to the kitchen really helps, because you'll be thinking about it. It'll be really at top of mind. So the other thing that is worth thinking about is fertilizer. Now, you can always buy fertilizer. You know, there's plenty of sea salt, which is a really great fertilizer from seaweed. But then I actually ended up buying a worm farm, and I love my worms. It's absolutely amazing, because not only do they create fertilizer for the garden, but we're actually reducing our household waste. So we feed them all the scraps. You have to cut them up because they have tiny little mouths. So you feed your worms the scraps from your kitchen, and they create worm tea, which is just a fancy name for worm wee. Basically, you flush it every week with water, and that collects the wee, and you turn on a tap and it collects in the bottom, and then you water your garden with this amazing mixture. You can also use the worm castings or the worm poo, basically, to fertilize the garden as well. So that's fantastic, and I think it's made a real difference. And then I've also got some sugarcane mulch as well on top of this garden as well, and that just protects the plants from bugs and weeds, and also keeps moisture in the soil. So that's fantastic. So in terms of what we've got here, I've got some kale, which is amazing. It's winter time here, so I've only just planted these, and they're looking a little bit straggly, but I'm assured that they'll grow big and beautiful by spring. I've also got some English spinach and some lettuce. The lettuce is very small as well. We've just planted that. I had amazing lettuces over summer. They were just, every day I could pick my fresh salad from there, so it was beautiful. I've got some beetroot that are growing. This amazing parsley bush has just gone nuts. Basil's looking a little sad this time of year, but it was incredible over summer. And again, this is just so beautiful. The parsley is amazing, detoxifying for your system. So I often make like a tabbouleh with that, or just throw it in the green smoothies. Basil is actually a bit of a dark horse. Like, not only is it delicious to make for pesto and things, but it's great for your skin. If you feel a blemish coming up, just take a basil leaf and crush it and rub it on the blemish, and the basil oil actually is like an astringent, and it purifies the skin, so it works really well actually. Rosemary is also a really great astringent for skin. You can make a toner out of it by boiling it down in hot water. You can also use it as a hair rinse, and it's beautiful. Like, it gives a really shiny effect, especially for dark hair. It really increases shine. Sage is also fantastic for your skin. It's a great toner and other astringent. And then these guys at the end, these are some herbs that I got at Gwingana, and they're not as well known, but lemon balm is an amazing herb for anxiety, stress. When my to-do list is getting out of control, I I just go and take some clippings and make a really strong tea out of that. I find it's very calming. It's also great before bed just to shut your system down. Yarrow is another really interesting herb. It's great for digestion, it's great for colds and flus. So if I've got a cold or flu, or Max or Damien does, we make a tea out of that and have it with some lemon and ginger and honey. And then there's also broadleaf plantain. So that one is fantastic for bug bites. So if you ever get an ant bite, mosquito bites, you just crush it up and you want to basically apply the oil to the bites. So the other huge plant for beauty is obviously aloe vera. I've been trying to buy it every time I go to the hardware store. They're sold out, but I don't have any at the moment. But it's amazing for your skin health. You just basically take the skin off and you can rub it straight onto your skin. Obviously it's always being used for sunburn and things like that, but it's just a great moisturizer anyway. And the other thing you can do with it is take the skin off it and put the gel inside a water bottle, and that actually creates aloe vera water, so that's incredibly hydrating. So if you don't have that much space and you're not so good at remembering how to water things, you can actually get these self-watering planters. This one's great, it doesn't take up much space, and it's a good option. So there are a few tips. I hope you have a lot of success in creating your herb garden. It's a really great tool for health and beauty.